Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Pinarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're having a great Thursday so far. Monday, of course, is MLK Day, and the Muskegon Museum of Art will be hosting a community event to honor the life of the civil rights icon. Art Martin, the director of collections and exhibitions at the museum, joins us now to talk all about the event. Art, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Phil.
Of course. And first things first, obviously, an event like this, there's a lot of attention that goes into making sure that it does go on for the community to really enjoy. Talk about why it was so important for the museum to host an event like this.
Sure. We've been doing this for several years right now, and all the students are out of school, and we recognized it was a great opportunity to really build the educational and community component of the Holiday Inn. And so we open our doors free to the public and organize events around our Black artists and our community at large.
You did mention the student aspect of this. You guys have teamed up with Muskegon High School students. Talk a little bit about that collaboration, how that came to be, and really how important it is and how great it is for the museum to offer these students a chance to really help you guys out.
Yeah, it's a wonderful partnership that's coordinated through our education department. Heather Placco is our current curator of education. And the students come in earlier in the week. I think they were here this week, in fact. And they get an opportunity to go through the permanent collection, and they select artworks that they'd like to talk about. And then they go back and they do that kind of research. So it's exposing the high school students themselves to the idea of art history, of the way that artists make work about their community and how they fit into uh, the general museum setting. And then they will be on hand during the day on the Martin Luther King Day, I should say, to talk about the piece that they've researched. And so it's a great way for them to, they gain a little confidence, they get to be part of the community, they get to see how museums serve the community, and it's always really enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. And it is such a great opportunity for these students to, as you mentioned, get to learn a little bit more about the pieces and then also be able to share that expertise that they learn with the other community members of Muskegon. Art, for this event, you mentioned that it kind of focuses around the artwork from a lot of the Black artists who have pieces in the museum. I mean, what are some of the things that people can expect to find, learn about, even just admire while they're there at the event on Monday?
Sure. So certainly there's our collection, and I'll hop back to that. We'll also be showing a film, Black Man, which came out of one of our prior exhibitions from 2017, and that is interviews with 23 Black men from the community. We're really open up and just talk about their life experiences. And I've seen it a few times now, and it's a really powerful film. In addition, then on our permanent collection, we have some very early paintings. So wonderful Henry Ossawa Tanner, for instance. Tanner is really the first nationally recognized and then internationally recognized Black artist. And that actually came into our collection in 1911, direct from one of his earliest exhibitions in Chicago. We have a wonderful piece by an artist, Whitfield Lavelle, and that is a drawing done from an historic picture of Black men in World War I. And then there's a found object target on them. It's drawn on an old board, and really the painting opens up discussions about asking men to fight and die for a country that does not recognize their rights when they get back home. We have a wonderful piece that's carved in tooled leather from Winfred Rembert. We recently lost him. He passed away a couple of years ago, but he's been enjoying a lot of new recognition and financial success for his artwork. Sadly, not for the artist. But that's a really powerful piece, and it addresses his experiences in the South with cotton picking as a child and then cotton picking while unjustly imprisoned. And so there's a lot of power to that piece as well. Several wonderful sculptures. Richard Hunt out of Chicago, who again we recently lost this year. A great abstract piece. So there's our own permanent collection. These are treasures that are out for us all of the time. But with that added component of the high school docents, it's a chance for guests to really dive in and get a little more information about not just the piece, but the artists themselves.
Right, absolutely, and it's sure to be a very moving, very powerful event, Art. Kind of wrapping up yet now, why is this an event that you would really consider to be important for people to come on out to? Why is this an event that you would recommend people come out to? Why is this maybe something that you might even consider maybe a requirement for people to kind of come out and, learn a little bit more about the Muskegon community, Black artists, and of course, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
Sure, I think, Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy is so profound in this country. And I think, when it's a holiday, when kids are out, it's easy to forget. We are trying to commemorate, we're trying to recognize and perpetuate his legacy. And so for a museum to, again, open its doors to the public, it's free. We'd love to see parents and kids and community members to just come in and, again, recognize that legacy, learn more about Black artists, just be a part of, a museum that is trying to be a part of the community in that way. And again, it's a great opportunity for art, but it's very casual in a way. It's very accessible, and I think that accessibility also is really reflective of the just kind of the importance of the event. There's film, there's docents, there's a self-guided tour, there's an art activity from 11 to 2. It really is targeted at all levels of experience and knowledge, so that someone has something to take away and someone has a way to engage these kids that are home, but aren't necessarily then really focused on what the significance of that holiday is.
Right. No, we're definitely looking forward to seeing how that event goes. And of course, everybody, if you've got questions about the event or you want to learn a little bit more ahead of it, you can definitely find everything you need to know right now over on our website, woodtv.com. Art, one last time, thank you so much for stopping by the live desk today. We really do appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much, Phil.
Of course, and I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm Phil Pinarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.